Hi, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Realities. Is this your first time watching? Please like and subscribe our videos and anything relating to real estate in Lagos, Nigeria. Any information you want. Are you a first-time home buyer? Are you a seasoned realtor? Or is this your first time finding out about real estate? Well, this is your go-to podcast, and I am your host, Shalom Mark. And today in the studio we have
Ekemini runs architect.
And Chidi Godwin, operations manager.
Okay, we have an architect and operations manager in the house today. Okay, I'm psyched to know your view on real estate and everything relating to luxury markets, relating to bank loans, relating to practically real estate from the view of you, an architect, and from your own view. So let's start with you.
So, real estate is quite is lucrative.
Okay.
Especially most people tend to go into the business of real estate, and it's some people do not have the capital, and I think that's where the banks come in, where they offer loans to people because it's necessary. It's a capital investment, and it requires lots of funds to go into it. So I think banks play a huge role in the business, in the real estate market. So when it comes to funding, yes, banks do a whole lot for real estate, and it's really important for that.
But do you think banks give everyone loans? Is it anybody? Can I go and collect a loan?
I think just as loans are being done, there are levels to taking loans and everything.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a certain level you have to be maybe a businessman, or you have to have some certain funds to be able to acquire loans for real estate. Like I said, it's a capital investment, and it's not, they don't just give it to anybody. So if a bank is giving a loan to a person to go into the business, they have to be sure that they are not running at a loss, or it's not just something they are just throwing money into and there's no positive results to it. So you most times you have to have a long-standing business, or you have to have something really going on. And yes, when the loans are given, they know that it's something positive is coming back. Yeah.
Ultimately ties back to the rich will get richer.
Exactly.
I mean, because you can't, when you said, can you just walk into the bank? Don't try it. As long as you have, something going. But yeah, I mean, for me, real estate, I feel like when we say real estate, we just think about, buildings or shelter. But I feel like it's supposed to be a much broader package. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be everything that comes with it. So we're talking about the services involved and everything. But I think in the Nigerian real estate space, is more just the building itself. And so that is why, we have the quality of what we have, which is a conversation for another conversation.
What's the quality of what we have?
Well, it's seen more like a business than anything else, and it's just a convert, and it's an ROI thing right now. So it's just build where people can live, where people can, let me not say live, get by. And that is why you're seeing houses that don't. It's like the architects are not involved in the development anymore. So I studied architecture as well, but I said I'm an operations manager because I don't really do architecture anymore. But you see a lot of the developments in today's real estate space. If there's no light or AC, for example, you're done. You're done. There's no ventilation. So, and these are things that in architecture school is very important for any form of shelter. So that's why I said real estate just feels like we're just building.
So it's profit centric. So they are more
after. It's just like we're just building. So long as there's a space, we'll just put something there. Yeah. The quality of what it is, or the functionality of it, the architecture of it, I feel like this is something for us to talk about further down, where people are now even breaking down, say, homes that are maybe 3-bedroom houses. They are breaking it further down for people to, rent out rooms, smaller chunks. Or somebody's dividing a living room.
Yes.
One side. Do you get?
Especially in Lagos.
Yes.
Especially in Lekki. Especially I'm sure if we stroll around here, you see one or two. Do you get? So,
very true.
So I feel like real estate just goes beyond shelter. Say, developers right now just define it as shelter. I think it's supposed to be the entirety of the experience.
Unfortunately, the shelter, they're not really
And
solving
the reason why it will continue to thrive is because, so I can say maybe I go to a place that there's a home and then I say, what nonsense is, and I leave. Next week somebody's going to take it. So it will continue to. It feels like I don't know what the solution is.
Yeah,
the solution has
the
to come
solution
from
is simple. The regulatory
exactly.
bodies have
The solution
to
has to
start
come
working.
from somewhere above. It's not it has to come from a regulatory body or something that says this is you can't do this, you can't. But if it's left to people who rent or buy this apartment,
I don't think anybody actually goes to even check if these places are conducive for humans to live in.
No,
They don't care.
And even
don't
when
care.
they do, they pay them. It's Nigeria.
Actually,
They don't
to cover
care.
it up.
So, but yeah, talking about loans, right? I think the banks play a very huge part in, say, the estate where I stay currently. The man is a multi-property developer, and then it's the rich will keep getting richer thing, right? Because banks will not give you loan unless you have collateral.
I'm telling you.
So all you have to do is build your first estate or your first couple of.
Why would not build it? They don't give me loan now.
You find out they're doing it. But yeah, right. So if you have that one, that can form collateral for the next one and the next one and the next one, and then, ultimately banks or loans or cash overdraft or advanced cash keeps economies running. So real estate is not how do I put it? Will not be left out of that. The banks play a very huge role in, financing real estate. I just wish more developers used those funds to be more, I wish we were a bit more the whole package conscious rather than just I want to finish this and go on to the next one, finish and go on to the next one, finish and go on to the next one. Because I feel like the cost of real estate in Nigeria is more than the amount of money that goes around in real estate in Nigeria is more than enough to provide very decent housing. And I think what we have right now is far from very decent housing. Yeah.
I think we just have roof and cement and walls because I don't
Shelter.
think we don't have shelter. It's not shell. It's a tower.
If rain fall, it
It's
won't
not
touch
shell.
you.
Exactly. So,
You are shelter.
it's a touch.
I
In
swear.
Lagos, don't say it though.
Some
People
buildings
sleep
when
with
it
buckets
touch you.
beside them.
You
I used to
get.
stay on the island, and I'm not capping. My house I used to always have buckets
Ooh.
in my room
Look at
because if rain falls,
And
we're all feeling it.
The interesting thing is you pay a lot for that place.
Now here's the problem. You experience things like that. Most oftentimes you talk to the owner of the house, the landlord, or whoever is in charge of the real estate
caretaker or
body,
whatever.
and they're so nonchalant about it. You have to like complain. Sometimes you have to go ahead to harass them to, this is going on. I'm paying for this. I need this thing done. You're supposed to fix this. Sometimes they send most of the responsibilities that shouldn't be on the tenant, and you have to spend your money having to fix unnecessary things. You pay things like service charge. So there's this thing, service charge in Lagos, and I swear to God, the amount is exorbitant. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny, as things are going high, they keep increasing it. But what are you getting for the value of the service charge you're paying for? You're just getting basic things.
This kind of
you don't even get it completely. You pay service charge and you don't have light.
Sometimes they don't even respond to you.
Reminds me of an experience I had when we were saying how that there's this overall nonchalance, and the problem is because there's a market for them. Like the market is never ending for some reason. Say we moved into this place, it was in new estates where my office stays right now. The landlord, service apartments, so they're supposed to be 24/7 power, but because it was new, they were still putting some things in place. So the rent we had paid a month earlier, and I'm like, we can't stay here yet because there's no power and all of that. So we had to delay our stay by another month. So I met with the landlord, one Otumba something. He runs a multi or something company. So big guy. I got to meet him in person. I'm like, sir, so I feel like we should adjust. It says 15th of November, but we've not been able to leave here until the 15th of December. So I feel like we should, straight faced. He was like, okay, so she you should refund the money now, so that I'm not. It was very. He was calm.
I feel like
he was calm as he was like, oh. Okay, so the lawyer was there. Okay, so please let's send him his money back so that
I feel like this is a regular thing, landlord.
I was just like, no, sir, it's okay. Let's.
So they really don't care. They're ready to give
because
money
to
back.
be honest,
somebody
tomorrow,
will collect it
next week.
So based on this, I had almost the same issue, but mine was plumbing issue. I talked to the landlord. I kept complaining. This is the problem, and he kept saying things. It's your place now. Don't what I need to do. Fix it yourself.
They say that. They say that.
Fix it
It's your
yourself.
place. Yes.
So I was like, I just moved in, and you cannot be giving me this impression. How do you even expect me to renew the rent for the next year? I'm like, if you don't want to renew the rent, somebody else is going to do it. Like he said, with a straight face. And he told me that. And he said, it's not a problem. I mean, there are other houses. Then he now goes ahead. So now there's this thing about most people, Nigerians in general, so they be like they're doing you a favor. So he's like, go around, check other houses now, see what you are, and see what I am giving to you. I'm like,
we have normalized mediocrity.
Bro,
it's crazy.
So
like,
the issue,
reference that other mediocrity and come and tell me how mediocrity is doing.
it's like we have a problem with excellence. Like achieving excellence is actually a serious issue. So people just do things anyhow, and feel like this is the best I can give to this person. It's not like
my mediocrity is better than their mediocrity.
Yeah, something is like, sometimes like when you say maybe this person is doing it for this other person, but it's not like, you know, when they say when people do things for themselves, they actually pay more attention. But it's not the case, because it's just like an in thing. Like it's already used to. It's now a habit to actually just be mediocre, and it's quite sad because it cuts across every aspect of every other thing aside real estate. So that's major problems you have.
Real estate in Nigeria is really crazy because you hear a lot of stories every day, and you're asking yourself, how are we still thriving? Why is it still thriving? Is this supposed to still be thriving? Like, nobody's stepping up for anything.
Yeah.
So, and I hear people saying things like, it's going to crash one day, it's going to crash one day. That will only happen if Nigeria actually starts working, because I feel like it's going to get worse. Right? So, if it's a society that actually functions and things are being put in order, maybe it could crash. Right? And there is no resistance, but like he said, if you're not going to pay for it, another person is going to pay for it.
Will happily pay for it.
So you have to sort out, go wherever you can manage. You have to do your thing, but I don't really think anything is going to change.
Okay.
soon.
This question. What do you think about luxury market and possible solutions?
Scam.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like just like real estate, right? We don't understand the meaning of the word itself, luxury.
Yeah.
Like, people define luxury by, there was a listing I saw, a house listing I saw somewhere.
Yeah.
They were listing the so the way you write all the amenities, and then there's all 5 bedrooms and suites, this one, that one, and somewhere there they were like POP.
So it's like
POP. Why are you writing it that? Why are you writing that you did POP? It's like saying I use cement. Yes,
You're supposed to use cement.
You're supposed to use so it's just
so
like
they're trying to tell you we've left the asbestos ceiling kind of.
Do you get?
Generation.
And it
This
comes
is
back
now
to
the
that.
new
It comes
thing
back
in
to
vogue,
that.
so-
Your mediocrity. I mean, my mediocrity is better than their own mediocrity,
telling
because
you.
once you just take it a little step further, you call it luxury.
Exactly.
Booyah is smart TV that is there. Luxury. You can't.
As-
Sorry, what is the extent to which we can?
Don't air your heart out.
Because
Boy,
one of
like-
if you give us the grounds, we're going to talk from now to tomorrow. Now,
You know-
when you're talking about luxury, I saw, just like you said, there's this building. If you Ikoyi roundabout, so there's this building there, and I saw an aerial view. They called it a luxury apartment. The first thing I saw was not a single landscape on it. So I see lots. There are others. I see like a huge, like a land where buildings are stacked. Not a single landscape. And I'm like,
Sorry, I feel like that's architectural term. Landscape.
it's
We're
still
talking.
part of
No, I'm
real
saying. No, I'm
estate.
saying we're talking vegetarian. When you say landscape, we're talking greens.
yeah, the green.
I feel like not everybody
I'm
will.
trying to work
Yeah.
out what
Yeah, not everybody.
landscape
That's
is.
architectural lingo.
I'm thinking landscape.
No.
Yeah.
So like no vegetation, no trees, no plants,
Okay,
and so that's what
okay.
we
Exactly.
landscape.
Then
yeah.
you now enter into the buildings. The openings are not properly positioned, so they don't follow the basic design principles. You don't even follow the design principles. Then you are calling it landscape. You don't like
You're
the
calling it
regular
luxury, you mean?
things. You're calling it luxury. At least achieve the main functionality of designs and everything before you actually think of calling it a luxury.
I feel
You need to understand what luxury really
Luxury,
means.
first of all.
So, or maybe it's because it's built in environments where
you
you
drop
can
some, you
mostly
drop
find
something in
rich
Eco
people.
Atlantic, and
You get- and you call it luxury.
I feel like because of the fact that we've not nailed the fundamentals, we would constantly have problems. Now, people attach money to luxury. So somebody would take a house that was poorly constructed, bad architecture, bad everything, bad space planning, bad lighting, even bad finishing. But then you now try to use money to the how much you spend on furniture, how much you all of this, and then you call it luxury. So on one hand, you can say because it's expensive, but if the basics are not met, I don't think it qualifies as luxury. And because of the fact that all of the development or the quality of the developments themselves, the building itself before anything comes into it, has not even passed the bare minimum. It's like dress. I'm trying to find. It's like maybe putting on expensive clothes on a monkey. No matter how richly dressed, he's still a monkey. Do you get? So I feel like that is the biggest problem of Nigeria's luxury market. To be fair, they pump a lot of money into these things. You see some of these apartments. Say the tile alone very expensive, but the wall is not straight. So do you get? So I feel like the basic requirements of a building in itself have not even been met. So the luxury market would only be a factor of how much was spent and not necessarily the quality of the architecture in it. I mean, I feel like if I'm paying X amount of, the way you'll be able to see the stark difference is when you see how much some houses are going for in maybe Ikoyi, Banana Island, and you take that amount and check what you can get for an amount like that in maybe Cape Town. Let's not even go out of Africa. Maybe Cape Town. The difference is staggering. Say the views you'd get from maybe, I don't know, what are those prices? Maybe 100,000. 100,000 is too small, right?
Too small, yeah. Let's say from $1 million.
I feel like $1 million is too much.
Well, let's just.
I'm just saying. Yes, I'm just saying that even the views you'd get, say from your balcony, you are seeing a wide expanse of water, or right outside greens. There's an infinity pool right in front of you. Get the architecture is without power. Your house is properly ventilated, properly lit during the day. You know, all of those little. Now
this power situation just brings me back to a situation we've had like few weeks ago where everybody was complaining about heat.
Yeah.
Now is another story I have personally. My service estate failed me.
This is now Nigeria as a whole. We have serious power issues.
Yes.
Then the prices of petrol to power your generators are on the high side. So you are likely to be in darkness. So if you don't have enough money to run an inverter, that'll probably run the fan. I mean, fan doesn't even solve the issue because it was so hot that your fan is blowing heat.
Jesus.
So you need like an actual cooling system to run. So these are the issues. They don't even pay attention to things like proper ventilations. So most Lagos, I wouldn't say Lagos only because I've also noticed in some other places like Abuja as well. So let's say Nigeria as a whole. So they don't pay attention to things like ventilation, which is very, very important. One of the most important things in design. So ventilation. So they design as if Nigeria has solved the issues of power, that, okay, when you live in a house, you can actually run your lights, run the ACs, and you live comfortably in a cozy environment. They forget the fact that they can take the light anytime. And it's not just taking the light anytime. The power situation is so bad that you will not even have light. So you have to be in the heat. And you have to suffer, and you're paying so much for it. So that's the annoying part.
Nah, it's so crazy. It's crazy that even here on the island, you see a lot of people just live on the island, but they're not really living.
I keep saying, people be living in Lagos. Actually, suffering.
People pass the night on the island.
Lagos is the real ghetto.
Okay.
I feel like, in summary, I just think the luxury market is just a factor of the amount of money that is being poured into it, not necessarily the quality of
or the value they give.
Yes. Some people try to invest in, smart curtains, smart this. Well, again, at the end of the day, if you dress up a monkey, it's still a monkey, right? So I think that fundamental integrity of the structures, after a few years, something is cracking somewhere. I mean, you get no matter how much you spent on the tile. If the wall is cracking, the tile will crack with it. So I just think the luxury market still, there's a fundamental problem before we can actually say it's luxury.
The fundamental problem, I think, is are the agencies in charge. Because, I mean, for a society to function properly, you need regulations and rules for people to follow. But for the fact that everybody's so nonchalant, nobody's being held accountable for their actions, then things like this will not end. The day we have those things put in place, the agencies actually going around checking things, when they send the drawings for approvals at the town planning, they look at the drawings and be like, okay, does this actually pass what needs to be done, what is approved, what's supposed to be
going by
built,
regulations,
right? If it doesn't pass it, then you'll be like, okay, you cannot build. I feel like people are going to pay more attention. And then if, like I always say, if they should start going on a collapsing spree that most houses in Lagos don't follow regulations, I feel like 95% of buildings in Lagos will go down like flat, because almost everybody, I've entered so many houses and there are so many things, from circulation to ventilation to space planning, like that. Then the landscape, which is also very important. Most people don't know that landscaping is a very, very important factor in building, and it's also in the regulation that you have to dedicate a certain percentage for your land before you actually. So people just build, and some people, some clients be like, I've dealt with some clients be like, I just put interlocking everywhere, just stamp everywhere, just floor everywhere. I need parking space. But how many cars do you intend having? But it's crazy because you're living. You're not living the fullest, but you're having so many cars. It just doesn't make any sense. The greens are very, very important. The greens are very important. And going back to the issue of heat, if you had lots of trees, it's going to cut down the amount of heat we have in Lagos. And the reason why the life expectancy of people living in Lagos is being cut short is because we are breathing rubbish in this place. People don't know the importance of trees. We need trees to actually regulate the oxygen.
There's no clean air in Lagos.
There's no clean air in Lagos. No clean air. Check your nets and see your net is going to filter the things that are coming into your house, so you know how much dirt you're breathing in. So it's It's a serious issue. It's nothing that we are going to solve soon. It's when the system actually starts working.
It's a top-down solution.
Now, real estate is just a part of the problems we have. So I feel like there are so many other problems we need to solve in terms of regulation. And once those things are solved, definitely real estate is going to benefit from that.
Okay, so quick one. With 30 million naira,
looking forward to this question.
will you buy an apartment or you jackpot?
The question is, will 30 million even get you an apartment now in Lagos? So
yeah, some people that steal apartments from like, I think Pioneers.
Wait, 30 million, what's the currency, please?
Naira.
Definitely not. So if you are looking for if you want to buy, just go leave Lagos State. I don't think you'll be able to buy in a proper location. Yes. So you're going to maybe a shanty town or
a Surulere should have a 30 million proper apartment.
Apartment.
Yes.
Yeah. Because most of going by some of the information I got, I did a bit of moving around recently. Apartments would go for about, say, let's say a 4-bedroom duplex, roughly, or 5, in somewhere like between Agungi to Orchid, 65 million, 70 million. Okay. So that 30 million naira budget is not on the island. Let's establish that first.
Okay.
So I was saying somewhere like maybe, I don't know about Oregon. Because places like Oregon, Alausa, they're already nearing Magodo status.
Actually,
Alausa Secretariat and all that. So I'm going to say something like maybe Moshin, Surulere, maybe a 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment. I'm not very sure. But the truth is, I'm not interested in that research because why would you not jackpot? Like, I feel like that question is a self-answering. Well, personally, because even if you increased it to, let's say you increase that budget to 80 million naira, what will get you a decent, say, 3-bedroom apartment in Lekki somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't think I would go for that either, because it's not that expensive to Japa. I mean, in terms of those numbers,
yes,
you can explore a lot of different options. With 30 million naira, I think you can decently jackpot with little to no hassle, and you will not go there and be hopping around and be doing one. You would still be able to decently. See,
you'll be able to start your life.
You'll get your money back.
I honestly feel like, and this is something that we don't really put a lot of attention on. Yes, so how some people say that it is more expensive to live there than here and all of that. I think there are intangibles that we cannot put a price tag on, but they come at a price tag. Okay. Say, being able to, let's say you jackpot somewhere like maybe Germany to maybe 6 or 7 other European countries is a 4-hour train ride, maybe £20 or 20 euros. It's not. You are, the moment you leave this place, the opportunities, because I'm talking from I'm a bit passionate about this, and I'm talking from my own personal. I don't think that there are things that so let me give you a personal. The estate where I stay, the whole inflation thing was so bad that, and this comes down to the fundamentals, how the fundamentals are missing. Say, if you jackpot, you are not worrying about whether or not there's power, whether or not there's water, whether or not you have good internet connection, whether or not you have safety to a large extent, whether or not the government has your best interest at heart. Those are not your concerns. Someone said as a joke, but it's the truth. 70% of your prayers are answered already. So 70% of the things we pray about in Nigeria,
I actually answered already.
Say, in the estates we had, because of the inflation issue, diesel was difficult to procure. These are an estate where some people bought their houses. Some people bought their houses 70 million naira, 60 million naira. Right now the value is maybe 80. Pay service charge, pay all of that. So this is on Orchid Road somewhere. And then because of the ridiculous inflation between November and just between end of 2023, early 2024, diesel costs almost tripled. So I had to increase tariff almost immediately, but then the estate was struggling to catch up. There was severe power outage in the estate. This is an estate that has been doing 24 hours. Everybody's used to it. Families, and these are big guys that own, this one has 2 Range Rovers in his garage, but there was no light for like an entire week, just on and off, on and off, on and off. That means there's no water. Like, your money cannot insulate you from that problem. There was a guy that came out and was ranting to the facility management, and he was almost crying, saying, my pikin never bathed since. Like that kind of mental hassle.
It's crazy.
Is and you have money, but your money is not insulating you from. So there are some Nigerian realities that money cannot insulate you.
Money can't save you.
Do you get? So for me personally, that question, jackpot. If you reduce the money, jackpot. If you increase the money, jackpot.
I was having a conversation with a friend about that your estate. I heard that the tariff in a month is about lights is about £1 million now.
So it depends on usage, right? But personally, we spend. So we have the house and then we have the office. Both of them combined about £1 million in light units. And this was before the tariff increase.
Even if you do the calculation, right, for
each of the
buildings,
so not everybody.
What I'm going to say, each of the buildings. So basically, what you're paying on light is more than your rent itself.
Oh, of course, I don't understand that. That now I already made peace with that one. You get. And it is not that expensive out there. In other countries. It is not that expensive. No, it's not. I don't want to know what you are using. I don't want to know what you want to own. How many
Yes.
It's not that. And it's just ACs and your TVs and then the computers we work with, which is not power intensive. So I just think there's a root problem in Nigeria. With the Nigerian maybe real estate system or overall amenity system. It's just, it's very faulty. And that's why estates that are offering 24/7 power are ridiculously priced, bro. This 24/7 power, some countries are doing it. Nobody's thinking about it. Nobody's like it's like the air you are breathing.
Yes.
Do you get? So I just think that Jackpot is a very
my imagination. Why in big 2024 we're still having to fight with power supply.
It's crazy.
And it was very difficult for the estate at that period because not only did diesel price go up, this power drop. That's when they said one of the generating
grids and all of that. Yeah,
our
grid is always falling. Our grid always falls.
Our grid is a cripple. Well, yeah. I'm saying response. You didn't answer the question though. 30 million to buy an apartment, let's say in Surulere or somewhere.
No,
or
so are those the only two options?
Yes.
I'll Jackpot now. Come on.
Anybody
that are not Jackpot, I don't know what to say to you, but good luck.
I swear, please, that money will not even do anything for you. Let's be realistic.
Even last you buy it and rent it out.
Even if it's Ghana, I'm going to. No problem.
Exactly.
That is how bad the reality of the system is right now. Like it feels like almost anywhere else is, but then. They say the grass is green on the other side, but yes, I think it's green actually.
It's very, very green.
I think I agree that it's green.
It's green and glowing.
Okay. So please, this problem is a problem that it starts from us. This is not even personally. You as you're building your house, please have people in mind. Have conscience. Don't just build because of money. Stop doing that. You look
personally upset about this.
No, it's painful. I'm personally upset. I think it affects everybody in Nigeria because it's crazy how these guys just build because of their own personal benefits and don't think of the other people that are affected by it. And we that are paying that money, we are humans. We breathe.
Yeah.
We work and earn the money to give you. So please, when you're building your house, don't give us house that will fall in 2 months or the wall is cracking and breaking and they will have to. Now, please, I'm begging you on behalf of all of us, the tenants. Please help us. Thank you. So we have come to the best and last segment for today. Okay. Facts and fallacies of real estate.
Okay.
You win, I clap for you. You lose, you go real sloppy because of land.
I feel like if I win, you go real sloppy.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have to serve it.
Yes.
It cannot be wrong for me.
If I lose, I'll clap for you.
I make the rules. I'm the game master. I make the rules. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Jesus. How dare you? Okay. The first for today. The most popular type of real estate is residential real estate. Fact or fallacy?
Who is answering?
I'll say. Okay, so sorry, we're taking turns to answer.
We're taking turns.
My answer starts from FA. My answer starts from FA.
Exactly. Anyways, it's fact though.
I think I agree with that. It's fact that the most popular type of real estate in Nigeria currently is residential. Yes.
Residential.
Do you agree with that?
You know it's true.
It's a fact.
So what was that thing we said she was saying again?
No, I did not agree to that. I did not. You can't turn the tables. I'm sorry. It's not possible. Okay, let's go to this. This one is too easy. Nah. The
last one wasn't too easy.
No. Okay, let me ask this one. Okay. The Nigeria real estate market size was valued at 91.1 million in 2023 and is predicted to reach...
I'll fail it.
Who wants to be a
millionaire? Call that in, I'm so silly. Let's start saying it now. Yeah, so let's go.
The Nigeria real estate market size was valued at 91.1 million in 2023 and is predicted to reach 137.8 million United States dollars in 2030 at a CGR of 6.1 from 2024 to 2030. Is it a fact or fallacy?
That is mini money. I'll defer to my senior colleague on this one.
I did do masters in economics or maths, please.
So, I mean, there are many different statements there. There's the first cause, there's the second cause. I feel like this question is too multi-dimensional.
Exactly.
So we should just move on from here.
You have to do meaning anymore. So
Fact or fallacy?
Yeah.
I
beg you. Fallacy.
I think it's fallacy because I feel like those numbers are too low.
Exactly.
$91 million.
Dollars, right?
Yeah, dollars.
$91 million in
to 100
2023.
and
Sorry, is it the
37.
Nigerian real estate or
It's
the
fallacy,
Lagos
no.
real estate?
Lagos.
Nigeria.
Nigeria. I think it's
It's
fallacy. I'll say it's fallacy.
It's too low.
I think it's too low.
Do the maths now.
Actually, I've done the math.
I think it's too low.
I think it's a fact.
You think
It is a fact.
it is a fact?
It is a fact.
VAR, please.
It
Let's
is
confirm VAR, please. Let's confirm the numbers.
It is a fact. It is
Okay,
a fact. It is
interesting.
indeed a fact.
Sorry, I mean, I'll do the thing you say I should do,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
find the facts interesting because $91 million US is
To
what
110.
is what
Yes.
in naira would about what? Let's assume it's 100
So
times.
91 should be about, let's say,
Let's assume 1.5.
1.4,
Yeah.
kind of 1.4.
Sorry, so is it 140 billion or 14 billion?
It was valued at, yes, as at 2023.
I feel like I can count I can count like 10 houses that will pass that number. But yeah, okay. So what's the penalty? What I'm supposed to say?
Real
again?
sloppy, real quick. 8 times, very fast.
3 times.
8.
Oh.
8.
8.
Real sloppy. Oh,
Fast.
God, my God, I'm about to embarrass myself on camera. So guys, if I cut my tongue,
It's best day,
it's
don't
not
worry.
my fault.
You know something like that? Like, let's go, Kevin. You
Oh yeah, let's go.
No,
Let's go.
okay. Real sloppy. Real sloppy.
Nah. You're not doing that. You're too slow.
Okay, make it
How?
right.
Let's go.
Let me do this. If one person
You have
gets
to be
it,
fast. No, two of you are
no,
doing
I've
it,
exonerated
Maybe
everyone.
paper
No,
towel
two of
or
you.
cotton board in case of blood.
Real sloppy, slow sloppy, 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 real sloppy.
Rapper, okay.
Real sloppy, so sloppy, real sloppy, so.
You know, poor effort.
Okay, let me try again.
Okay.
Real sloppy, slow sloppy, real sloppy, slow sloppy, real sloppy, slow sloppy, real sloppy, slow sloppy. Please, I can't.
Next question.
Okay, the last one I'm calling today. Okay, the richest estates in Nigeria is Folorunsho Alakija's mansion, which is priced at a sum of $700 million. Is that a fact or a fallacy? I've seen Expo.
Sorry. You see how? So I think that is a fact.
I'm going.
No, because it was news that came out sometime last year, and even me and my friends actually were watching like, why is this price so ridiculously? And then we went to go and start watching houses in Cape Town, in New York, and I'm like, this is only a small fraction of the amount. And this takes me back to the Nigerian real estate question. If this is 700 million,
Wait, hold on.
I have a I don't know. We'll fight.
$700 million.
Yes.
Please, fallacy. Do you know what $700 million is, bro?
See, I feel like it's a fact because this conversation, me and my guys had this conversation. We were like,
Whoever
this
did-
money is ridiculous. Whoever did the valuation was either trying to hide something, or maybe they don't know what they are valuing. Gone because it was ridiculous. Houses in we just saw one today now, 420 million.
The
naira,
Alakija at the that
okay, so
crescent.
let's finish.
That
Let's get the answer
So
first. I say
Folorunsho
fact.
Alakija.
You say fact.
He says
You
fact.
I
say
say
what?
it's fallacy.
You say it's fallacy.
Yes.
Well, I say
You're going to when you
Yeah,
give
just
us
let her
the
give us the
answer,
answer. Then
we're
we'll
going to have this
now discuss it.
okay. I say fact.
It's a fact.
I think
It's
I
a
think
fact.
it was my problem is who did the valuation and on what basis. I remember this news item because this came out. This was public sometime late 2023 or mid 2023, I think. So or long time ago, right? So and then we're like, this does not make any sense. The body of this house no pass like this. $700 million is. There are houses that are 120 years old in France with ridiculous heritage. and it's 420. We watch it today, $420 million.
Exactly.
So it wasn't adding up. That's
Yeah.
one. Two, this takes me back to your real estate question.
I'm not the
the
one.
real estate market is 91.
I don't make the
Remember
rules.
they said 91 million. One house.
I don't make the
Has
rules.
times 7 that thing. So
I don't make
you
the
will
rules.
do real lorry, yellow lorry for me because that was a fallacy.
Exactly, it's fallacy.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
it's
It's your turn.
ridiculous.
It's your turn to do your
I
slow,
can,
slow,
you know
slow
I cannot do
bit.
it.
Yeah,
so
it's your
let's
turn.
just skip it. Let's just skip it.
Okay, thank you very much for coming in today. I enjoyed every second and I learned a lot from architecture, landscaping architecture. I now know what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be using it a lot when I'm talking. I'm like, so do not have landscape. Like
Before you get a house, just check.
As for landscape,
that's for landscape. Yeah, I'm gonna be using it now. I'm gonna tell. Did you check for landscape? Are you aware? Oh, sorry, it's an architecture term. So thank you so much, and I hope you learned at home and you have a thing or two to take home with you. Don't forget, this is your go-to podcast for anything real estate realities. We are here for you, and we'll give you, as it's happening in life, the real things. Like, you understand, you get to learn, you get to enjoy, and you get to take things home. Please, when you're investing, don't just close eyes and invest. Open your eyes, open one eye, and please, those of you that want to build future houses for us in Nigeria, please build real life houses.
Come to me.
Come to him. Go to real architects, please. Don't go to one guy, one Uncle James or Uncle Ola that does everything. That's a carpenter, is a farmer, is a realtor, he's a surveyor, he's everything. I'm sorry, any Uncle Jola or James or Ola. Sorry, it's nothing personal. But yes, that's all for today's episode. Okay.
I feel like people need to be sensitized about just what you said. People need to go to actual architects to design their houses.
Yes.
I see a lot of people going to real estate companies, and to be honest, this is not their job.
Exactly, that's not
Real
their
estate
job.
companies, it's not their job to design houses.
Yeah.
And you don't just carry your houses to a real estate company and feel like they're going to give you the actual quality of what you want. They're just going to take it like every other
development.
Exactly.
Every other random development.
So if you want a proper house, you need to go to an architect, and you can't cut corners. If you cut corners, you're definitely going to get mediocre results.
Exactly. I remember he has said you go to a proper architect, just like we had a lawyer said the other time, don't use a real estate lawyer, bring your own personal lawyer. So when going to get a place, don't use a real estate lawyer, bring your own personal lawyer, and then bring your own architect. Please and please, let's avoid stories that touch. And I'm still your host, Shalom Mark. Thank you very much for this episode. Sign out.
Kemi, bye.
Chidi Godwin, thank you for having me, you guys. And hopefully we'll get to see you again on another one.
Yes.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.